protection. I mean, we all know some of the pursuits and how horribly they've ended because suspects decide to, you know, literally put their life on the line to get away, that they were initially wanted for speeding. And just look at how quickly going by all this traffic so fast. If anyone makes any kind of move to get in front of this guy, I don't care how good of a rider he is, there's no way he's going to be able to avoid it.
Yeah, this is super dangerous,
some kind
guys.
of debris in the roadway that they're not going to have any chance to avoid either, and this is going to end terribly.
I didn't change my live notifications,
so blistering speeds here, 135 miles an hour.
We'll see what happens.
The ground units really not even making an attempt to catch up because it would obviously just be too dangerous for them. You see the spotlight from CHP's helicopter that's struggling to keep up with this one as well.
He's going 130 right now?
This is possibly
130?
one of the fastest pursuits I have ever covered.
Yeah, I'm not, I mean...
You know, we have seen motorcycle pursuits
that's
here in Southern California,
Sean,
and we always sort of, you know, go, oh boy, and hold our breath whenever we see these because of the fact that they move so fast and because of how dangerous they really are, as Desmond was just alluding to. I want to take it over to Mike Rogers at the desk with some new information for us. Mike?
Yeah, you know, I just kind of wanted to point out in this unique situation, the CHP, especially in the San Gabriel Valley, Des can attest to this too, they are chasing high-speed motorcycles constantly. And I will say, I want to say about 70 to 80% of the time, they lose them almost instantly because of this speeds. What's different in this one, CHP's helicopter was already in the air going to Whittier for a different pursuit that ended, and they didn't land, so they stayed up.
I heard
and that's how they were
pursuit.
able to be over this so quickly. Otherwise, I would have to imagine the ground units probably would have lost it already going at these 130 miles an hour.
Right.
So the different situation is that CHP was already up, and were able to get their helicopter over it really quickly.
What's up, Crack? What's up, OG and Sasha?
Out in San Gabriel Valley, we always see them get these
motorcycle
motorcycles
chase
and then
seems
lose
like a bad
them
idea,
almost very quickly.
Mike, do we know what the original want is? Why they wanted to stop this motorcycle in the first place?
Simply speed. Just simply the way he's driving. And you know what's interesting is I would tend to say that as we exit the freeway here, it looks like, right, Des?
We're going to go south 710 on this one, just to give you an idea. I mean, look how quickly we covered that distance between the 605 and the 710, less than 5 minutes.
Hey, Lidra, what's up?
You know, I was just going to say, generally with cars, with vehicles, when they're just wanted for speed, I would say that usually there's something else going on. That's why they're running. And I got to tell you, with motorcyclists, it usually just is speed. Sometimes there's not anything else going on. And just for some context, we've been chasing, or they've been chasing this on the 10 freeway since the West
It's usually just speed, then why don't they fucking stop?
Like kind of bordering Monterey Park. They were, and I just heard the 1022.
What's 1022?
Oh,
So
they just canceled
like the
it.
ground units might be, or maybe just the Baldwin Park units, the East LA.
They're canceling
the airship just to track it now.
Okay.
I mean, you're going 10 miles an hour. The ground units simply can't keep up, and it's not safe to do so.
Yeah, and when we're talking about
but we got a helicopter in the air still, right?
On the ground, as Mike was talking about backing off.
They still got the night sun on them. It's clearly not canceled.
Or tracking with their helicopter unit overhead, just because of the fact that this person is going so fast, they're not going to risk their own officers' lives.
I have no idea, Craig.
They're not going to risk the lives of the public as well, who also on this freeway.
We were fucking with this last night, so it's a little quieter maybe than usual.
Miles per hour. And
should be good now.
Makes you wonder how,
Tosk, what's up?
I mean, how is this going to come to an end? Is this person going to run out of gas? Are they going to, you know, I mean, we hope not, you know, crash somewhere, but we have seen that just because of the high speeds.
Incredibly,
this is
fast
crazy
speeds
dangerous,
here,
you know.
Very dangerous, and for the most part, as Desmond and Mike were telling us, a motorcycle that was wanted for driving at high speeds. And look at this, you know.
Let's do the prediction.
Bit of movement from any other motorist there on the freeway. Just a quick change of lane. This driver has no way of trying to outmaneuver the other cars on the freeway. So it's very dangerous. It's very deadly. And again, somebody who's just going at a high rate of speed now on the 710 freeway covering.
Yeah, apparently just wanted for high speeds.
So dangerous enough that. As Mike was telling us, some of the units have pulled back, and now they're going to be tracking
prediction is up on Twitch.
From the air. But the wonder is there more than speed here? He's wanted for speed, but what else does he know that he might be wanted for, right?
Sure. If they're tracking it from the air and they're not relinquishing it right now, they're going to stay on top of it.
Hey, Omar and Bill.
As Desmond is talking about, you know, we're talking about speeding down the freeway right now, and also perhaps something else. What else is this person running from?
Yep.
If it's just speeding, they could have just pulled over, and this would have never began, obviously, but it could be something else that they want to hide from authorities, obviously, and authorities are trying to get to them.
And Desmond, we're looking at your shot here. We got brighter streets.
You know, like the helicopters
driver
have trouble keeping up with
has a
motorcycles.
backpack on, a T-shirt and a helmet. not a lot of protection. As you were saying, if anything should happen here, the consequences could be deadly.
Oh, absolutely, and I think they're wearing a short-sleeve T-shirt
Yeah.
as well. I mean, this has got to be insanely, uncomfortable. It's a pretty chilly night now in Southern California as well, and you're going that fast, and you've got a short-sleeve shirt on. At least if they were wearing,
It's got to be so cold, dude.
A jumpsuit or
Turtle, what's up?
Whatever,
Greg, what's the speed? It's 110.
With the motorcycle community, but we've all seen motorcyclists wearing kind of the full body
Hodori,
protection.
welcome.
That they at least would have some protection from road rash. But I mean, if you're going this fast and you crash, that's it.
Yeah, you're
bottom
fucked.
line, no matter how they wipe out on if it were to happen. So it is always a crazy thing to see. Mike had mentioned how it's almost become like a nightly ritual when we hear about CHP in the Baldwin Park area chasing a motorcyclist on the westbound 10. It's like deja vu. We hear this almost every single night, and almost every night that motorcycle steps on the gas and they get away.
Yeah,
and it
this is very common.
Is this the same guy who's going out here and like taunting
The same guy.
It's literally almost every night of the week with the same agency in the same area.
Are you serious?
Or we hear anyway about motorcycle pursuits, and usually it's over before we can even get SkyCal started because, like I said, they don't even attempt it because these guys start driving like maniacs like this. So very peculiar. This one though, the authorities do have eyes on. We have eyes on.
You can't.
As well.
I mean,
really just,
I don't know if it's the same guy every night, but that's funnier. Same agency, same area.
Either, but
maybe the guy's making YouTube videos or something.
They want to do with this. I mean, they're going to keep watching from the air for now. They'll continue to do that.
110. Currently, it's the 710, but he's going 110.
I think that was a CHP truck that was just in the left lane right there, maybe just by coincidence. But yeah, we are flying down the 710. I'll just be very curious to see where this.
Now he's going 125.
Yeah, we're seeing this motorcycle zoom by those cars on the freeway. Cars at this time of night, probably going like 70, even up to 80 miles an hour when there's not a lot of traffic. And when you see this motorcycle just whiz by, you can see just how fast this motorcyclist is going.
Susie, and one really quick, I'm just listening to some radio traffic here. They are saying that the motorcyclist has been going at these extremely high speeds for so long, they think he probably will run out of gas soon. So they're trying to, we run into this situation with CHP when you're going at these high speeds, we're in and out of
their calculations say he's going to run out of gas.
They've actually put the pursuit now on a frequency that is like basically statewide.
If it's the same guy, they could just be getting off work.
But on this channel, they're talking about how they believe he may run out of gas soon, so they don't want units.
Sam, I wish he was.
We're approaching South LA CHP office area now, so they're trying to get those units kind of in position. That way, if he does run
Commander
out of gas,
says a MotoGP team should pick this guy up when he gets out of jail.
They can so easily get off the freeway, go into a park, even somewhere where it's wooded. Even the airship may have problems following them. So I think they don't want, while they are in a kind of a tracking mode situation, they don't want units to be too far away because they don't think this is going to go on for much longer.
Yeah, I know it looks like
he's slowing down big time right now.
66, 64 miles an hour now. Is that perhaps because the units are far enough back that this motorcyclist thinks, hey, maybe
Kick Hell and Fox share a feed,
He knows how much gas he has, right?
So at nighttime they share the feed, and Fox usually just has a silent
maybe I can
version
save some
of
this
it.
gas, and I don't need to pin it to 120, 130, even though now we're coming down to even 40 miles an hour. And Des, are we getting off a freeway?
Is he getting off, or is he just running out of gas?
Yeah, it looks like we're going to be transitioning here to the westbound 105.
Okay.
Away from the southbound 710. And
doesn't look like MVC's on it yet.
So,
I imagine they're on their way.
Linwood, Compton, South LA, Hawthorne, and LAX. If
he's looking up at the helicopters.
So, yeah, Mike, you were saying how this guy.
No, he hit the gas again.
And they don't want to give him too much distance because he could just drive into a dark area or a parking structure or something like that. And he might be able to get away. However, I imagine that they would impound his motorcycle. So
sure, he'd lose his motorcycle, but that's not a big deal at this point, right? Like, you are looking at much more serious shit than losing your motorcycle.
Really curious what the suspect thinks they're going to be able to do to get away and still keep the motorcycle in their possession as well.
Yeah, and Des, I was kind of thinking that was kind of a little bit of his fatal flaw. That spot you saw where he kind of slowed down there and they were able to catch up to him, that was the first time they were able to get a license plate. They were chasing this all the way from West Covina, and it wasn't until Monterey Park that they were finally able to get the plate, which usually these guys are going so fast they never get the chance to. So them having the plate, that means they likely know
now
who
he's
at
going
least the
through
registered
Compton.
owner is, maybe who this person is. Looks like we're getting off, Des, yeah?
Yeah?
Yeah, it looks like we may be exiting here at
Okay.
Lakewood or Bellflower Boulevard. Stand by for that. We'll know here momentarily. But yeah, so they actually didn't even have his license plate number until right now. So we're at Long Beach Boulevard
Really?
here on the edge of Compton.
Where are
and
the
now,
cops?
They have his license plate, and maybe he's unaware of that. So we'll just see how that factors into all this. Maybe he thinks he can ditch the bike in a parking garage and he'll be okay, and come back in the next day and it's gone. But
hey, thank you,
we will
Quants.
see. Are they headed to their house somewhere they know, or what? If they were able to get the license plate number, then that will certainly give them an idea.
Looks like Nestor.
Now, after going 120, 130 on the freeway, all of a sudden stopped at the light and not attempting to blow a red light or anything like that.
It is suspicious that he's not in the
Desmond,
chat.
we want to remind our viewers that you are watching KCAL News at 9 o'clock. And of course, we're following this breaking news. CHP in pursuit
Yeah,
of
Chiefs
a
fan, you think that
motorcycle.
maybe he
This
is
started
wanted
in
for
the
something,
West Covina
right? I
area,
mean, yeah.
I believe on the 710 freeway.
To be risking your life so much
according
over
to,
this,
I've been trying to listen to you and of course
over a
Ron,
speeding
Susie,
ticket is
and
crazy.
Mike, during the last hour. Well, this person is off the freeway now. Has made an exit and still driving very, very fast, from what I can tell.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely, Pat. I mean, 70 miles an hour here on surface streets, which is, kind of hard to believe, but about.
I'm going to
half
be
of the
surprised if
speed
this
that they
goes
were
on
going
much longer,
earlier on the
but
freeway. We saw over
kind of looks like it will.
130 miles an hour at one point.
But maybe he's
on
got
the
a plan
westbound
right
side
now, you know?
of the 10. So we
Got
first
off the
heard about
freeway,
this
maybe
on
he
the
had
10
like a
at
reason.
Citrus in the West Covina area.
Maybe
Last
there's
through the
something in
605
Compton, maybe he
before we
lives in
could,
Compton.
Intercept them up here in SkyCal. Westbound 10 to the south 710, and then we're briefly on the westbound 105 before coming down to Long Beach Boulevard, and now headed southbound.
It does look like a
Taking
really
off the
nice
freeway.
bike.
We've been kind of, well, we had some speed, but haven't been running through any red lights or anything like that. Might be going into a residential area. That spotlight from CHP overhead.
Okay.
We still have eyes from the sky. Not
What
from
do
the
you think
ground.
is
They
going to
backed off the ground
happen
units because of the
here?
insane speeds on this
Like,
one.
what's this guy think
But
he's going
let's
to
see
do?
where the suspect is.
It looks like
headed.
he's going
We
somewhere.
we see him going to residential areas. We always think that they may be getting ready to get out and run. So we'll see.
Yeah, it
That
doesn't
is
seem like he would do this
I
for any
believe,
other
Mike had
reason.
mentioned that
We're going to
this,
get caught by a tree. He's going to
expecting this
stop
guy to
under
run
a
out of
tree for
gas.
sure.
Yeah, that was one of the units who said, like this guy had been going so fast for
Whoa.
so long, he can't have that much gas in the tank. So that's kind of why they were trying to not lose him, because they didn't think he was going to last much longer. Now, I did just hear that they're asking the sheriff's department, because now we're in Compton, which is patrolled by the LA County Sheriff's Department. They want the sheriff's deputies to be in position, be in the area. It doesn't sound like they want them to take it over, but they at least want them to be in the area because, as you mentioned, Pat and Des too, when we get into these kind
It's
of
still the
neighborhood streets,
CHP
it's,
chopper.
always likely that there's going to be a foot bail or something where we get into a situation where they'll need a ton of units. So
Yeah, they're
going to
be a couple minutes behind whatever he chooses to do.
They want them ready, and they want the sheriff's department ready in case this ends in a foot bail. But CHP didn't chase this on the
flying
freeways.
again.
They backed off because
Whoa.
of speeds. I can't imagine that they'll chase it on surface streets, especially with him still going 70 miles an hour on surface streets here.
And certainly, and as we mentioned, in a residential neighborhood. And I believe, from what we understand, the only want, or the initial want anyway, was speed, as far as, right? As far as we know.
Yeah, just speeding. I mean, we heard them run the plate. The plate didn't come back stolen, and they probably now know who at least the registered owner is, which, sometimes obviously helps them get an idea of where that motorcycle is registered to, what the address is, because then they can maybe say, okay, we're getting close to his house. But, we kind of came off the 105 and went south, and it looks like we're going back northbound now, right?
Yeah, I don't think now I'm thinking he doesn't know. He doesn't have a
weird
destination.
intersection now going up to State and Redwood Street. There again, the CHP spotlight overhead. Oh, what are they doing here? Look like kind of slowed down going underneath the
Ain't no
105.
way.
Let's see if they pop back out. A very
Ain't no
common
way he's gonna
pursuit
do
tactic,
this.
Where
Dude, where would you go, though?
You think he's still there? Maybe ditch the bike?
Where would you go? Like, you got to walk out from there,
you
though.
see the spotlight hanging out on the
Right?
other side. And,
Like,
so
what?
many
You're
of these
under there right
suspects
now, but what are
this
you
is
gonna
what they're
do?
doing. They're going places where they can evade the eyes up in the sky. Us as well.
Look, we can't see you right now, but
we kept
as soon as you walk out,
we would see them come out.
What is that?
I have to wonder if they just ditched the bike and got out and walking away from the scene or something.
But if they're walking away, where the fuck are they
going
to go? There's no. It's not like there's just regular traffic you can blend into.
CHP's spotlight
Anybody? Nope, there he is.
As well.
That was him.
Is that the bike right
No, he
there?
just passed it.
He just came out. Get the fuck out! Find him.
Okay.
There he is.
Okay. Now we go.
Right there.
So came back out, tried a little
Spotlight
maneuver
is
there.
on him.
Fooled us for a moment.
He stopped under there for some reason.
But, we got it back here now on Imperial Highway at State Street, and thought maybe it was going to end. Tried a little maneuver there, but
What's up, Kenny?
Well, you just said that. He said, fooled us for a moment. So it almost seems like that was intentional, right? Don't you think? But they had an idea.
Yeah, of course it was intentional.
Hang out up under the bridge for a while.
Of course it was.
Maybe have them thinking of what I'm going to do next if I'm going to ditch the bike, as Desmond and Pat were just talking about.
I don't know what he really accomplished. He accomplished
feel
nothing.
That way
but
because now
you know,
he is back on the roadway, and you can't get into the minds of these folks. You try to. Well, now they're stopped at a light. Interesting.
And
Hasn't this person been running lights?
no.
Running through
this
lights?
person has not been running lights. We've had those super crazy speeds, but they've been
He was
stopping at all the red
refueling.
lights. That seems to be where the suspect wants to draw the line, realizing that would just be, the most dangerous thing they could probably do is try to, cross traffic there with, nothing protecting them while, 4,000 pound vehicles are, hurling in their direction. So that seems to be where they draw the line is crossing red lights.
Thank you for making a clip.
We've seen 70, 80 miles an hour.
Was
on
bike always
certain
yellow?
streets,
Yeah.
130 on freeways.
Or
I
I
do
thought it
have to
was
mention that
green,
we
but it
are,
looks
as we
different in
cross
different
Imperial and
colors, in
Alameda, now
different,
officially on the edge of LAX's airspace. So
different
that is gonna
lighting,
be,
maybe.
possibly another
Yeah,
complicating factor
looks kind of
for
green.
us, depending on where the
I thought it was
suspect
green, but it was
wants
the
to
same
go.
bike. It's this
But,
bike.
we are westbound on Imperial Highway. Imperial Highway kind of functions like a mini freeway at some stretches. Here you go, up to 70, 80 miles an hour now. Yeah, definitely a wide street
Hey,
here,
Mike, thank you.
Well, and I know you've probably talked about
All
this
right,
in the
so we
last
went well
hour,
over the 15
but
minutes.
I'm just noticing that this person doesn't have on a jacket or coat of anything. They've got jeans on and a helmet.
And a T-shirt.
Is that a T-shirt
It's a
that they're wearing?
T-shirt, and
I
I
noticed I didn't see an outer jacket of any kind, and I'm wondering, well, okay, we'll look at them.
It's just so
Most people
risky to be
said
going about
yes.
130 miles an hour on the freeway, Pat. And
Okay.
Not even wearing a T-shirt here.
What
Now,
about
I
30
will be curious.
minutes?
There are CHP units on Imperial trying to catch up with him right now. When he made that move under the bridge, that's when the airship said, "Okay, let's get a bunch of units."
It's got to
in
go
here."
on for
So I am
another
listening
like
to a
12
unit that's
minutes.
coming up behind him on Imperial. So we'll be interested to see if they're able to catch up or how much involvement CHP wants to have on the ground.
Hey guys, because what can they do at this point? If you get out, you throw a spike strip if you can?
No, yeah, I mean,
certainly
No,
not
it
going to do
doesn't
any kind of
count
pit maneuver
unless
on a
they
motorcycle.
actually
Yeah, and they
encounter the
wouldn't try to spike a motorcycle
airspace.
either. That would
But
be, I think, just too much risk for the rider there. So I mean,
That might
what they're
happen,
doing right now
right?
with their helicopter is
That's
probably
talked
the
about a
extent
lot
of
when
it.
they
They're
go
gonna
in this
watch them,
area,
wait for them to
so-
run out of gas or run on foot or something like that. And the best they can do is try to have a bunch of units in the area. To
She's
be able to
concerned
catch
about
up
him
with
being
them,
cold, yeah.
as soon as he kind of gets off or ends or what have you here. But I think he's kind of starting to realize the writing on the wall here. I mean, you tried that move under the freeway. Now we're stopping at all the stoplights and kind of trying to follow the rules. Excuse me.
Dude,
the
you
rules
still
of the
got a
road here,
big
but,
ass light on you,
that
like you
night
are
sign is
fucked.
not- Oh, look, there's a CHP unit behind him.
I see.
Let's see if they.
Oh,
line
there
him
they
up.
are.
I'm not unaware that everyone is still.
They're
looking.
gonna
Well, you
scrap
notice
the
he
chase.
turns
They
around
said that a while
to
ago,
see
Charles.
what's behind him. So he knows they are. Maybe he wants to see how
They
close.
said that a
or
while
if,
ago.
If ground,
Yeah, Pat.
if ground units have actually picked up this pursuit.
Is
again.
the
Well,
bike
look at this-
stolen,
look at this,
Snarkaroni? I don't think so.
Oh.
Yo, they're lighting your ass up right now.
Wow, just like that.
I'm sorry.
CHP was not having it. They were not having it tonight. Wow. That was an interesting little sneaky maneuver there by CHP to come up.
Boy.
Just kind of sneak up behind him. And before he could
Okay.
even think about anything, they got out.
I gotta
pushed him-
delete the
pushed him off
return
bike,
point.
and
Sorry,
that
guys.
brings this to an abrupt end.
Okay, now what maneuver do you call that? A tackle. I mean, that was a bit, correct?
He just pushed his bike over.
Pushed him over. I mean, I don't think I've seen that one before.
A human pit.
Yeah, exactly.
They tackled the guy.
A human pit.
Well,
this is funny as hell. He just sits there like he doesn't even take off. He's just like, oh, okay.
Look, they just probably said, okay, we're tired of this. That's like going to grab your teenager.
By the ear, Pat. Yeah.
By the ear, and pulling them up. Okay.
Oh, man.
And now you're going to go to the, the jailhouse for the night here because you should have been doing what you've been doing. But again, this could have turned out much worse. Somebody could have gotten hurt considering.
I guess he was just ready to give up.
Yeah,
I mean,
most likely him.
Right? He could. I mean, he was clearly just done running.
I will say, out of all the agencies, and Des, let me know if you disagree. I think CHP is most likely the ones that will try different stuff to bring something to an end. We've seen them a couple of times use your box-in technique and different stuff like that. This is definitely the first time I've seen them just push them off a bike. But CHP, if any agency, they'll be the ones to try a little something different every now and again.
Well, this is definitely something different.
Yeah,
and again, I'm going to notice the apparel. Again, with the backpack, I'm just noticing that for the first time as well. So, all right, we're going to call this Code 4. And Desmond, Mike, thanks a lot for the narration during all of this. And it ends safely.
I hope that very end turns out to be a good clip.
We've seen in most pursuits. So we have more news to talk about at this
I
hour.
assume all I did was just laugh.
At 9 o'clock with candles, flowers, and Israeli flags.
I'm going to get out of here now. I'm going to change my alert so that cheated out of points. Maybe, but people could have kept getting in on it. Notice the backpack? Yeah. There's a backpack. What's up, Jaguar? Okay. I'm gonna get out of here. Thanks for coming through, everybody. So many people made it so fast. Is it Code 4 though? He could dip. I guess he could. But I think it's over, and I'm going to get out of here. So if I go live again tonight, it's because there's another police chase, and that's, like, perfectly possible. Hey, Nest, we, oh, shit, Nest subscribe. Thank you so much. Yo, the guy got caught, like, he was in Compton, or at least he had maybe just got out of Compton when they got him. So people in here were making jokes about it being you, of course. But that's it. I'll see you next time. We've gotten a few of these recently, right? Like, this seems to be happening kind of frequently right now. Boo, thank you for following. So, oh, nice haircut. Thank you. I got my haircut in Vegas. I just was wearing a hat all weekend. Okay. Yeah, now Ness shows up after the guy got caught. It is suspicious. That guy got his phone out right now. Okay. I'll talk to you guys next time.